Per, can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
That's fantastic. I can hear you very well as well. And yes, nice to hear you, Per Steinar Lie of Action&Tension&Space in the interview with Rock Bottom. Because of your second album, the newest album, Skåredalen Funhouse, my Norwegian is not as good as yours, of course. You are a Norwegian band. So what stands behind the album title? Could you explain it?
Yes, I will. But you pronounce it really good. It's Skåredalen Funhouse.
Skåredalen.
Skåredalen, yes. That's sort of small part of the town where we are coming from, Haugesund in Norway. It's for us it was just like in the 90s there was a local band that went a bit big that was really special called Oral Constitution, and they recorded they said their album. It says on the back on the vinyl it says that they recorded their album at Skåredalen Funhouse, and we thought it was like a ridiculous name because it was like you could use Skåredalen and Funhouse in the same sentence. So that we thought was really funny because we didn't. It was no fun at all in Skåredalen.
Okay.
If you understand my drift.
Okay.
And so for many years we just talked together. Where could this house be? So it's a bit like for us it was like a mysterious house, and at the same time a little wink to Oral Constitution for they're not taking themselves too seriously when you come up with that name. So we like them as persons and we like their humor, but we always were looking for this Skåredalen Funhouse, and so we just felt it was like a mysterious place where nobody in Haugesund really knew where this house was. and it was just now that we when we released the album, I met Harry, who was playing in that Oral Constitution band, and we said, we have made the album with Action, and we named it after Skåredalen Funhouse. Was this like a real house? And he says, actually, yes, it was. Like one of the guys actually lived in that house, but they were just like joking with calling it the house for Funhouse. So it was not like a glamour discotheque or anything like that.
Okay.
So it's just like we felt it was like it connected us to the place where we come from, like a bit mystery and a bit glimpse in the eye.
Okay.
So that's why Skåredalen Funhouse.
Okay, that sounds very interesting. And
well,
on this album there are many compact songs, but one song is much longer than the others. It's Eureka. It's a great 10-minute song. So what did you smoke when recording and composing? What is the idea behind?
We can't share that with you. No, it's how we make the songs. We don't choose that they're going to last for 2 minutes or 20 minutes, and so we just we just locked ourselves in the studio and escaped the daily life and jumped into the studio bubble and turned off the lights and just let the magic happen.
Okay.
So like we had everything open. So some songs, because we did not like rehearse before we recorded.
Oh, it's all improvised. It's
a bit improvised. It's I can explain it a bit further. It's improvised in a way, but it's not like improvised. It's not like accidents, or it's sort of we make the song and work on it for maybe half an hour, and then we press record.
Cool. I understand.
So it's very, it's not improvised, but it's very like fresh in a way. Like it's very instant, or how should I say? Like it's very, it's like like we do is it's fresh, and it's
really.
We capture the moment in a way. But it's not like improvised.
No.
It's and sort of like Eureka. I think we had like 5 or 6 takes, maybe.
And you are recording it in with the whole band or in various layers?
No, everything is recorded in one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like we have the amps in most in different rooms, but everything is live. I think it's just maybe some mellotron that we have added later on.
Mm-hmm.
But everything is live, and it's made there on the spot. We rehearse it, and then we press record, and we use the best take.
Okay. Good. And so you don't have any structures or ideas before you go into the studio. It's all it's all evolving when you start recording the album, how you have explained.
Yeah, but we have some basic rules, or so far. It's like we have a bass player called Julius Lind that is coming with some bass grooves, and that is always the beginning of the song. Or that's the thing we build on.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually what we use in most of our bands that we played. Like it's one guy's that is pumping the groove or the line or the riff, and we sort of build the song upon that one. So in Action and Tension and Space there is it's Julius who comes with the basic, like the bone structure of the song, if you can say that.
Okay, and everybody contributes his ideas to the song or to the idea.
Yeah. It's so like we make it together, but it's always coming from that.
Okay.
That structure or that idea. Mm-hmm. But everyone is putting their thoughts and minds and playing and ideas, and we talk together. Like we use that 15 minutes or half an hour to talk and play, and okay, now we have something.
Ah, yes.
Press record.
And how did it?
So everybody is equal, but it's based on the bass riff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how long did it take to record the whole album? Did you do it in 1 or 2 weeks, or?
No, we played 3 or 4 days, but constantly.
So the whole album was recorded in a few days.
4 days.
Cool.
And we actually have another one ready from the same session.
You've got the third album is already completed.
Yeah, well, you can say that. We have one album ready. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and it will be released later this year.
Yeah, it will. Okay. So we're really looking forward to that. So things are going fast with this band.
Oh, yeah, and do you see a musical evolvement, a musical development from the first album to the second, maybe, yeah, also to the third? Is there different, or is it all the same? How would you see it?
It's the same procedure from the 2012 album and this one. It's the same setup, same idea. But with this one, we have got Øystein from the Low Frequency in Stereo and Electric Eye. He's joined in an organ and an extra guitar. So the evolvement is coming from there. That we have added some extra member and extra juice in it to the music.
And is it hard to find song titles for the do you find the song titles?
I think it's okay if you. It's not going to happen if you're going to sit down and write 10 song titles when you have an instrumental, because then it's not going to work. Because then you just name things you have in front of you. So it's like you just have to use the time, and just one day you sit down and everything just comes together. I think it's we like the titles that are maybe looking a bit cool and sounds cool, but when you think of them, they're quite silly. So it's our idea of combining like the art and not at the same time take ourselves too seriously. In a way.
Okay.
Like we can have an example if it's from the 2012 album. We have a song called "Piss Me in the Air and Tell Me It's Raining." that is sounds like really hard and but it's just like a quote from Andrew Sipovich in NYPD Blue. So it sounds really hard and a bit corny, but it's like with a glimpse in the eye. And
don't eat yellow snow.
Yeah. in sort of that way, yeah. But who is that? That's not us, is it?
No, it was a joke.
Yeah. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's actually the same thing we do with from the low frequency days. We have the same sort of titles. Like the second album was called "Traveling Ants Who Got Eaten by Mosquitoes." So it's the same. It sounds and looks cool, but when you think of it, it's quite silly.
Okay. And did you ever consider to engage a singer maybe for adding some vocals or background vocals?
Yes, we did. But we just had a band meeting and voted. And we sort of felt that we had a strong red thread if we just continue in being that band who was instrumental. But maybe not the next album, but maybe the next one after that. We don't know.
Okay.
We can't decide. We won't decide anything for the future. But we felt that this one stood fine alone.
Okay. Interesting. So I guess it's good to hear some music again from the newest album, your second album. We take Cruise Control and until in a few minutes. Hi, Per, are you still awake?
Oh yes, I'm here. Yeah, man.
That's good to hear. Yeah, nice song, Cruise Control. So your music has a very strong psychedelic touch. So what are your influences? Can you name some influences?
The band-wise is probably if you can mix like the really old Pink Floyd albums with the Grateful Dead, maybe like the German band Neu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and some 90s stuff. I play like a lap steel in a band. So that is the idea from a band called Friends of Dean Martinez. I think that's Friends of Calexico or something.
Mm-hmm.
And we are also listening a bit to a band called The Necks. But we sort of play the same thing that we always play, sort of.
Oh, yeah.
So it's very strongly us. I don't play like a different style in another band. So it's yeah. But I think we are sort of searching for that late 60s era
Mm-hmm.
and early 70s era.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
We are really big fans of that. It's like when the rock music started to invent
Mm-hmm.
and explore. Yeah,
Okay.
I guess.
And will you go on tour with Action and Tension and Space? Are you any tour plans, or how would you see it?
We are playing some shows with a band called Wooden Ships now here in Norway, and yeah, we are planning to head for Europe in the fall. It's like we don't have any. It's like I think the period is in November.
Mm-hmm.
We will for sure visit our band label in Bielefeld. They have a festival there, so I guess we're gonna just add some dates in Germany around there. So if somebody wants to see us in Germany, they should just contact us or our booking agency, which is Kojin Murray Agency, which is based in Frankfurt, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're gonna take a trip to Germany in the fall, I guess. Yeah.
And then the third album will be released, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be around the same time. It's if you like the third album is if you think that like Skåredalen Funhouse is a psychedelic touch, it's like we are really jumping off the cliff in album number 3, because it's like really, that is really spacey stuff. I think we feel it's only 3 songs on it, and it's really abstract. With one song is 20 minutes, one song is 14, and one is 7.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's really. We listened a lot to the next while we recorded, so it's really like focus on it's like the tension. We're just trying to find some good juicy vibes and just stick to it and build upon it and try to make Armageddon out of it.
Mm-hmm. And did you find a title for the album? The third?
No. We are nowadays we are in the arguing process with
Mm-hmm.
with discussing the titles and how the cover and all that stuff. So that the music is there. It's just to get it mastered and stuff.
Okay.
So it's sort of ready, but some small things left.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to really be out there stuff.
Mm-hmm. What's interesting in Action, Tension and Space are 3 members of the low frequency and stereo. Yeah, and you and Øystein, I don't know if it's pronounced rightly. You have switched the instruments more or less, because you are playing bass in the low frequency and stereo, but in this band Action and Tension and Space, you are playing guitar. So what is the reason for that?
No, it's just that this action band is Julius. That is the bass player. That is his sort of. It's not his project, but it's sort of built upon his like bone structure with his upright bass riffs.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had bought myself a lap steel, and Örjan is still playing the drums. So that was sort of the beginning of the stuff. And now later on we just needed to add some more juicy stuff on it, and then we asked Øystein to contribute with organ and an extra guitar. So yeah. That's the easy explanation.
Oh yes.
So I don't go into Action and claim the bass.
So you can play.
Julius is a good musician, and he is built upon his bass riff. So.
And what do you prefer more, playing bass or playing guitar?
Difficult choice. I sort of like both, but it's I don't know. I feel like I'm getting. I'm sort of. I've never been like sort of the bass player in the back in the band. So I guess it's a bit the same, but it's really difficult to choose.
Okay. So, and you are playing, I guess, in many bands, the Low Frequency in Stereo, the Lumen Drones, Undergrünen, and some other bands. So why do you play in so many bands? And is there a musical difference or some kind of difference for you?
It's the difference is the difference in the different people in the various bands, like how they add to us. Like in all these bands, I play with Örjan on the drums. It's like Örjan who's also playing with me in Low Frequency and Action, of course, and Lumen Drones and Undergrünen. But we don't play in all the bands all the time.
Mm-hmm, of course.
Because it's only periods for each band, and I feel like everybody nowadays play with everybody. So it's like maybe the modern way of getting it together. I guess it's easier to record and I don't know. It's just like a way to be free in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it's really sort of the same stuff, but it's the totalness makes us sound really different. Mm-hmm. And I play various instruments in almost all the bands. Because like the Lumen Drones, which is a band that's released on ECM, and Hubro now, the next one, mm-hmm. is can play on the Berliner Festspiele or in the Jazz mm-hmm. House in Berlin, and Undergrünen, which is sort of the other direction. It's a combination of MC5 and Fela Kuti, like the Norwegian version of King Khan I just added with more krautrock and afro rock. Mm-hmm. So it's really different, but sort of in a strange way it's all connected anyway.
Of course,
we don't we all it's like my style is like I'm pretty minimalistic in the way I play, and I feel that is getting room in all the bands anyway.
Okay. Yeah, and what happened to the Low Frequency in Stereo?
The Low Frequency stereo is what made we maybe feel like it's the mothership from all our bands, because it's there like the three of us guys are coming from, and especially me and Örjan. Now nowadays we just have sort of lost the key for the car in a way. It's just I think we're just waiting for the right time and the right moment to get it going again.
But you are not split up. You are still in.
No, it's just like we haven't split up. It's just like we just have to find the right time, the right place to have a really good talk together and decide things to make it get going again, I guess.
Okay.
Because we never split up. It's just like we have some people living in other places in Norway, but maybe it's just an excuse. I think we're just waiting for the right time to get together and make a new album again. I think all of us are quite tired of getting together and just like to rehearse an old songs and play the same set, sort of. I think all of us are. If we're gonna meet again, we are sitting down and make a new album, and that's going to cost a lot of effort.
Of course.
So we're just waiting for the time and the right moment. But I'm sure it will be there, but we don't know yet.
Okay.
But it will come.
That's nice to hear. Yeah, these were my questions. So do you have further messages for your fans?
Just hopefully people will check out the Action&Tension&Space. We will be in Germany in the fall. Check out our albums and stay in touch.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Per, for this nice interview. Great success with the newest album and the third one and your tour. Until then, keep on rocking. And now we hear one song from the Low Frequency in Stereo. Yeah, the song from your third album, Red Flag.
All right.
Until then, bye.
Bye. Take care.